Pokemon starter tier list. Who is the best starter? And who is the starter that you should never, ever choose? I am the correct opinion on this topic. The only opinion that actually matters. So, you should take what I say with all the grains of salt. Not just one, all of them, because it's the only correct opinion. We'll be going in generation order, starting with grass, water, and then fire, I think. I hope I ordered that correctly. Starting off at generation 1 with Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur. I wouldn't say you should never choose Bulbasaur. That's terrible. Bulbasaur doesn't deserve that. I wouldn't say that he's horrible either. I wouldn't say that Bulbasaur deserves to be in the pretty cool category. I wouldn't say he deserves to be in godlike though. He's pretty dang good. He's pretty dang good. Explain your reasons in each Pokemon's native tongue. Okay, sorry, let me start over. Bulbasaur. 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 We're not doing that. Yeah, Bulbasaur belongs in pretty dang good. I have to agree with Jaden. He's a decent Pokemon that I feel like people just completely discredit him for. However, I don't think he's the best Gen 1 starter out there. There's one truer one. Squirtle is the best, and I mean it when I say the best Gen 1 starter. And you are just wrong. I'm sorry, you're just wrong if you pick other. It's okay to be wrong, but it's just a wrong opinion. Charmander. Listen, man. It's cool. It's a dragon. It turns into a dragon. I'm not gonna lower it just because I want to be like, ooh, Charizard's overpopular. I don't think it's... I think it belongs in dang good. It's popular for a reason. It's a good line. And I do think it's better than Bulbasaur. I think Bulbasaur is probably the lowest of the 3 in Kanto. However, it is still good. And that is Gen 1. Moving on to Gen 2. Chikorita. Honestly, Chikorita, pretty low tier. Pretty low tier. It is a very boring Pokemon to use. There is nothing fun about using anything in the Chikorita line. Bayleaf is boring. Meganium's boring. Its design does not change much at all. It just gets bigger. For most of these Pokemon, their designs change. All that happens is he gets taller and his necklace gets bigger. That's all it. That's all that happens. It's not great. He just gets bigger. Totodile. I gotta say the same. It just gets bigger. Gen 2, what were you doing? They just get bigger. It just gets from baby crocodile to moderate-sized crocodile to big crocodile. But he's better than Chikorita. Quilava. It just gets bigger. What the fuck were these designs? However, it is the best designed one there is. Out of all the Gen 2. It's the better of the designs. But Gen 2, you are lacking. They just get bigger. Why? However, we have now entered something I like to call the golden age of Pokemon. The golden age. Where there is no wrong opinion in your starter choice. There is no wrong opinion. You cannot go wrong with your starter choice. And for that, nothing out of these three will even be low dang good. That will be the minimum. They do not deserve anything lower. The Sceptile Trico line. Fucking godlike, amazing. Mudkip line. Pretty dang good. Pretty dang good. Better than Charizard. Better than Charizard. Blaziken line. Fucking great. It turns into from a little baby chicken to a giant penis to a fucking raging cock. Flaming cock. It turns from a flaming cock to a flaming cock. How much cooler could that be? Marshtomp is pretty iffy. Yeah, I think Marshtomp is pretty lame. Swampert's pretty cool. I think Marshtomp is what brings it down, in my opinion. I think Marshtomp is probably the weakest of all of Gen 3. And that's it. And now we continue our conquest. We are still in the golden age. We are still in the golden age. There is no wrong opinion here on your starter choice. Gen 4, beautiful choices. You cannot go wrong. Turtwig, great Pokemon. Great Pokemon. A little bit worse. I prefer Swampert, though. A below Swampert. Piplup line. Empoleon's a fucking badass. Empoleon's a fucking badass. No bad picks except Turtwig. Good luck with ice types. You could say that about so many Pokemon. So many Pokemon have 4 times weaknesses. You can't fault it for that. For one 4 times weakness? No. I don't play that game. Just play better. Chimchar. Great fucking Pokemon. S tier. Godlike. Godlike. There's nothing wrong with it. Turtwig is the weakest one in the generation. Which is funny because I usually prefer to pick Turtwig. But I understand that it is probably the worst of the 3. Even though it's the one I prefer. Most times I will pick Turtwig in Gen 4. But I understand it is the worst design. And probably the least fun to play with. Now chat, we have a problem. We have a problem. We were in the golden age of Pokemon. There was no wrong choices in the Pokemon we were presented with. However, we have now entered the Dark Ages. The darkest age of Pokemon. What the fuck were they on when they designed these starters? What the fuck were they on? Listen, man. I'ma say it right here. Gen 5 has no good starters. There are all wrong opinions. They are all terrible. I think Gen 5 is the worst fucking starters that I've ever seen in my life. Snivy is the worst of them all. Snivy, bottom tier. Bottom of the bottom tier. Tepig, top tier. Oshawott, mid tier. But they are the worst starters I have seen in my entire life. None of them look good at all. None of them. They don't deserve to be called starters. They don't deserve a spot next to these goats. Imagine Gen 3, fucking Trico, Torchic, Mudkip, Gen 4, Turtwig, Piplup, Chimchar, Gen 5. What the fuck is this? I would have rather started with the elemental monkeys than this dog shit. I would have rather them taken the lazy route and just said, ooh, ooh, ah, ah, take some monkeys. I rest my case. I rest my case. Pokemon has seen some hard times. Gen 5 was the darkest age that we have seen. Gen 6 rolls around. Things are starting to look up. They're not great. We're still suffering. But things are looking up. This is the Reconstruction period. The age of Reconstruction. We're starting to grab new grounds. They're not great. Things are pretty bad right now. Pokemon's in a weird state. But they're not as bad as Gen 5 starters. Chespin, you're pretty bad, buddy. You're pretty bad. However, the GOAT has entered the timeline, and he finds himself up there with the greats of the Golden Age. Immaculate starter. And then this fox furry bait finds itself mid-tier. They're very ranged. Chespin is a remembrance of the bad times, the dark ages. He reminds us of the past and the pain we felt. Well, Froakie is up there at the top, reminding us of the golden ages of Pokemon. And then Fennekin's just like there. He's just there too. He's just there. He's like he's okay. It's okay. It's just there. Moving on, we have left the Reconstruction age of Pokemon. We've left it behind. The starters weren't great. We can all admit that. Things are starting to look up, though. Gen 7 rolls around. And we gotta swap these. I put those in the wrong order. And we're presented with some decent starters again. Remembrance of about Gen 1-ish time. They're pretty decent. A mixture between Gen 1 and 2, I should say. They're not terrible, but they're pretty good. They're passing. Rowlet, S tier, easy. Easy S tier. Poplio, pretty dang good. Litten, it can join it. Pretty good. It's not great. I'm not a fan of its final evolution, but it's pretty dang good. I'm not a huge fan of its final evolution. And now while we're in this new age of Pokemon, it seems like things are staying about same. We haven't hit that new period yet of amazing starters. We're still in this period of from Gen 7. We're rebuilding. Things are looking better, but we're still rebuilding. Grookey, pretty dang good. Sobble, it's pretty cool. It's not great. Pretty good though. Where do I want to put you? I think right here. I think that's it. I think that is the definitive Pokemon tier list for starters. There is no other opinions. So take notes. These are your opinions that you should now have.